Well, when it comes to employment in our state with military and veterans, one group is doing that job specifically, North Carolina for Military Employment, or NC for Me. Kimberly Williams and Stuart Ruffin are here right now. Kimberly, how did this group come together? How did it get started?
Absolutely. Well, North Carolina for Military Employment was initiated to help our transitioning service members and our veterans secure meaningful employment in the state of North Carolina. We initially started this as an economic development initiative. The #1 driver for economic development is talent, and we have talent in North Carolina exiting our bases every year, about 20,000 a year. And we wanted to make sure we educated the employers across the state of North Carolina on the value of hiring our transitioning service members and veterans, that they're a proven success in driving bottom line results, really in one of the biggest companies in America. So our job, our initiative when we started it, was to educate employers, educate strategic leaders across the state, human resources professionals across the state, and then connect the transitioning service members to meaningful employment.
Now, I'm sure part of that, Kimberly, is to also make sure that HR directors understand what their experience in the military means to an actual job. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's interesting because the knowledge, skills, and abilities, I'm an HR professional by trade, and the knowledge, skills, and abilities that we look for those people we want to bring into our organization are very similar to those same competencies that are trained in the military, like project management, ethics and integrity, valuing diversity, effective communication and teamwork. And all too often the perception of our service members is that they're really in uniform and shooting guns, maybe driving tanks. People don't truly understand that we're looking at people that do logistics and statistics and law and accounting and food service. So we started this initiative to make sure our employers across the state of North Carolina understood the value of hiring our transitioning service members.
Now, I know this is not just a website that just everybody clicks on and finds something. There's more to it than that. I've been to a few of the NC for Me events. Now, Stuart, how do you get employees and employers to come together? How do you get that match to happen?
Well, you hit it right on hit the nail right on the head. The core challenge is how do you get the right people in the right room in the right time? And what we found in the military employment space when we got started was we had loads of different organizations working in varying levels of effectiveness in communities across the state to try to bring those entities together. What the key innovation of NC for Me was getting those effective organizations working together on the same team to implement a joint strategy. So what we did is we essentially got those teams together and developed a threefold strategy. First, show those strategic level leaders why they should hire military talent. Second, show their HR professionals how to go about doing it. How do I find, assess, hire, and support military candidates? And finally, getting them in the same room to conduct scheduled interviews and what we call hiring events. Now, when I say hiring event, most people hear job fair, and that's not what it is, so we need to be clear. At a job fair, you go, and it's a great time to get a new Frisbee or to meet new people, but it's typically not a great opportunity to find a new job. At a hiring event, what we'll do is we'll have companies submit their open positions in advance, and interested candidates will submit their resumes. Our team will make matches and actually schedule interviews. So whether you're a company or a candidate, you show up on the day of the event to interview for an open position. Now, that's a heck of a lot more work, but we do it because it works. We've got about a 50% success rate. That is 50% of those interviews result in either job offers or second interview requests. So it's all about getting everybody working on the same team in a process that we know and can work together to implement.
So definitely, if you come to one of the events, be dressed for success and be ready to get hired, because that's what these events are. Thank you so much for joining us. That's NC for Me.